Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey, and as always, I'm Jordan, and I've had a couple of drinks so far. We just got done doing all of this. We're going to do our last video here of this batch. Ardnahoe, ooh, this is going to be the one that kills me. Bholsa, I do not know how to speak Gaelic. So it's an Islay single malt. This is the last distillery on Islay that I did not have in my collection. I'm pretty sure, so you're gonna have to fact check all of this because memory is not serving me too well right now. But I think it was a Scotland only release for the first couple of years. So this is a newer distillery. Reverence, blah blah blah. Business, Scotch family owned. Ardnahoe Distillery uses. Let's see. Does it say when they started? No. Anyways, so we were in Indiana in March here in 2026, and we went to Total Wine, and they had three different Ardnahoes available at the time. And we went with this one because it is a sherry cask finish, which we're always a fan of that kind of stuff. This says matured predominantly in Oloroso sherry casks. No artificial coloring, no chill filtration. This is Ardnahoe Bholsa, as it were, maybe. I'm sure I destroyed that. So sorry if it is incorrect. Let's see, does it have... Doesn't have any of the particulars on the box, so let's get into it here. This says running 50% ABV or 100 proof. So Lagavulin, Lafroig, Ardbeg, Bruichladdich. I know I'm missing some. Bunnahabhain. I'm sure I'm missing some more. Ardnahoe was the last of the Islay distilleries that we didn't have. So I think they started in 2012 or revitalized a distillery in 2012. And so they did not have a lot of product. And currently in the United States, the only products they have are aged 5 years. So as such, this Bholsa is a 5-year-old product. Now, as you can tell, my wife and I have already dug into this one a little bit. Love the bottle shape, love the packaging. Going to speak out of turn a little bit here. For a 5-year-old whiskey, I am a huge fan of this. I am very, very, very excited to see where this ends up in 10, 15, 12, 20 years from now. I think they have an absolutely outstanding product here. And I'm very curious to see where this ends up. So this kind of falls in line with the Wee Beastie from Ardbeg, which I think is a 5-year product. And then Lagavulin has an 8-year product. And then don't know about Lafroig. There's the quarter cask and the select cask. I think those are fairly young. Those might only be 4 or 5 years old. Don't quote me on that one. I don't remember. And then we also have the oh, what is that called? I don't have a bottle on hand. What is it? McClellan? McClellan has a 3-year Islay Scotch. Um, Man, I could get a handle of that, a 175 for like $30. And it was, it's 3 years old. It's a little bit young, but it was absolutely fantastic. I haven't had a bottle of that for a while. Might have to pick up a bottle of that just because. But pretty young Scotch whiskey. I feel like Islas in particular don't kind of hit their stride till you hit that 10 to 12 year mark. But this is fantastic, and it really gives me a lot of hope for the future of this distillery. And it also really shines on what they can do in just 5 years. So, um, with that, I paid, let's see, I bought this in Indiana. Gotta get to my scotch. And this, like I said, was the last distillery that I needed from the Isla distilleries. Uh-oh. Do I not have this in here? Oh, here we go. I paid $65 at 64.99, so $65 at Total Wines in Indiana. Getting into it, man, excellent peatiness. It does not smell youthy as far as cuts and vegetal and all those other things go. It smells youthy in the fact that the notes in the nose are somewhat segmented. Um, I get so that peatiness comes through as campfire, a little bit of dairy barn, a little bit of medicinal iodine, mostly campfire mixed with dairy barn for me. And again, keep in mind that that dairy barn smell is not a negative for me. That's a positive. That just brings me back to my youth. And now that I say that, I can't get away from it. So that's what I'm getting mostly. I'm not getting any of the underlying characteristics of it. I'm not getting the sherry or some of those more delicate flavors like some of the fruits or the man, it just smells like dairy barn. So I apologize to Ardnahoe for that one. That's just my brain triggering what it's like to walk into my uncle's dairy barn when I was a kid. But I do get that iodine medicinal note in there on the nose. Let's go in for a taste. It's a wood, an oak wood campfire on a beach, a little bit of saltwater brine, a little bit of acrid, ashy, um, like if you were to smoke some fish, forget the fish part, but if you were to smoke something, the ashiness from that wood, a little bit of that going in there. There's a sweetness that kind of comes through. That is a honey baked ham. It's a little bit savory. Um, man, there's a lot of really, really good things going on here. Now, this is how many ever whiskeys deep. So I'm sure I'm missing it. I know for a fact the first several times that I have tried this whiskey, that sherry note was more pronounced. Um, but man, this is just it's everything you want in an Iowa whiskey. Like I said, this I think drinks better than the Wee Beastie or the Lagavulin 8. And is definitely something that on the nose I just got the sherry. This is something that I'm really, really looking forward to 5 years from now when this is a 10-year-old product. I think this stuff will be absolutely fantastic. But it's the perfect blend of sweet and oak, peatiness, um, smokiness. It's all the things. It was funny. My wife poured herself some of this. I don't know, last night? No, 2 nights ago. And she's like, "Oh, have you done your review of this one yet?" And I said, "No." She said, "Oh, I'll leave you a drop or two in there for your review." Like she's a big fan of this. It is unfortunate that it's been this long since we have had the opportunity to get one of these, but the fact that we can now get these in the United States, I think, is absolutely fantastic. And if you are a peated Isla whiskey fan, you need to have one of these in your collection. There was two other Ardnahoes available, and I don't even remember which they were, but I don't think you can go wrong. And at, I think, what did I say, $65, this one was well worth it. I don't even think this was the most expensive. Let me double check that price. No, $65. Yeah, I don't think this was the most expensive. I think there was one other one at $66 or $67, but I mean, you're right in the runnings there. Yes, it's a young whiskey, but it holds a lot of promise. And even for being a young whiskey, I mean, you can sit and drink this all day long. It is sweet forward. You hit a nice ashy, peaty, oaky campfiriness on it, and then it finishes with, there's a little bit of sherry on the finish, and it's a savory note that kind of finishes up. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it. So there you go. Drop in the comments down below what you can find Ardnahoe for, any of the expressions for in your area. This is the Bolsa, and I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. This is the Oloroso Sherry Cask Finish, $65, where I found it in Indiana at Total Wines. And any other comments you happen to have, I would greatly appreciate them. You guys have yourselves a great day, and we'll catch you in the next video.